students, we are going to study ratio and proportion. Since you are studying since very beginning from the lower classes this ratio and proportion, and that is why I need not to give any more introduction for this topic. And as we know, for the proportion, this is in your course, actually in your syllabus in class 10, proportion, continued proportion, mean proportion, and alternando, invertendo, componendo, dividendo, like this. Only this much is in your course. Okay, K method excluded because of this pandemic. That is not required, but once we will get the question, we will do the questions. And now the first topic that is in your syllabus is proportion. As you know, if A, B, C, D are in proportion, then A upon B will be equal to C upon D. That is, B and C is called mean and A and D is called the extreme. That is, product of mean is equal to product of extreme. And likewise we can say first proportion, second proportion, third proportion and fourth proportion. Okay. Now we will use this concept of proportion in doing the questions. Actually, we are doing the questions as important for your board examination so that you can revise in the last moment before examination, okay, with the help of marking scheme. This is also very important for you as we are discussing in these chapters. Okay. Now the question, what number must be added to each of the number 6, 5, 20, 6, 15, 20 and 43 to make them proportion? Okay. Let the required number be x. This is also asked in board examination. Let the required number be x. Then what number must be added? Actually, there are two questions. What number must be added or what number must be subtracted? And in this question, you are asked what number must be added. The method for both the types of question is same. Here, let x is added. Then after adding, you can write this R in proportion. And we just studied that if A, B, C, D are in proportion, then A upon B is equal to C upon D. That is, product of mean is equal to product of extreme. Then by cross multiplication and opening this bracket, we are getting the value of x, transposing variable on left and constant on right. We are getting x is equal to 3. This is the required number. If in place of this you are asked that what number must be subtracted, you will follow the same way, x, and then in place of plus you will write 6 minus x, 15 minus x, 20 minus x and 43 minus x, and then again we will follow the same. Now in this, since this is the method of being proportion, then method mark will be given, and this is for intermediate calculation. B1 is given, and then the final answer mark will be given. And one more thing I want to share you, that if you are not writing any important step in ICSE, then marks will be deducted also. Okay, and in that case, after correcting all the steps, getting this OW minus 1, omission of working step minus 1, and this way you will lose 1 mark, and that is why you should follow all the steps whatever we are discussing. Now next question. If A, B, C are in continued proportion, prove that A plus B plus C within one bracket, within another bracket, A minus B plus C is equal to A square plus B square plus C square. Previous question was related to the proportion, and this continued proportion is also application of proportion. Here, there you were getting if A, B, C, D are in proportion. That was written in the form of A is to B is equal to C is to D, or A upon B is equal to C upon D. If in place of this continued proportion, then B, and this is continued here, okay, and this way A upon B is equal to B upon C, cross multiply, and then B square is equal to AC, because product of mean is equal to product of extreme. Okay, and then first equation, we have to find this value equated to this, writing this and multiplying this AB and AB cancel, BC and BC cancel. We are getting A square plus C square minus B square plus 2AC. From this equation, B square is equal to AC, so this is 2B square and this is cancelled. We are getting A square plus B square plus C square is the answer. Okay, this is what we have to prove. As far as marking scheme, first method mark will be given if you know about the continued proportion, and this is the method for being continued proportion first, and then second for the simplification. This was allotted M1 for simplification. Okay, means you multiply it correctly and then you, after cancelling, you are writing this line correctly. This means M1, and then the last line, that is the answer mark. Okay, again I am telling you, don't skip any important line, neither you will lose -1, that is OW -1, and that is why if the question is easy, then also you write all the steps correctly, because the marks allotted on all the steps. Now next question. This question related to mean proportional. Okay, if 6 is the mean proportion between the two numbers x and y, and 48 is the third proportional to x and y, find the numbers. In this question, 6 is the mean proportion. We know the mean proportion, that is product of the mean. X upon 6 is equal to 6 upon y. Okay, that is xy is equal to 36. Okay, now the x is equal to 36 upon y, and if 48 is the third proportion means x is to y is equal to y is to 48. This is third proportion. Okay, then multiply and you are getting y square is equal to 48x. Then substituting x from here in this equation, we are getting y cube is equal to, this is 48 into 36, that is 12 cube. Taking cube root of this, we are getting y is equal to 12, and then resubstituting here, we are getting x is equal to 3. As far as marking scheme, the first method mark will be given on the concept of mean proportion. If you know about the concept of mean proportion, you have written this correctly, then first method. And second method, if you know the concept of third proportion, that is x upon y is equal to y upon 48. What is the meaning of third proportion? Then second method is also correct. And using these two methods, you are getting correct answer. Both answer correct, both the values x is equal to 3 and y is equal to 12 correct, then answer mark will be given. This way we are deciding the marking scheme. Now next question. If D is the mean proportion between A and C, show that this value. In this question, if you know the meaning of mean proportion B, that is A, B, C are in continued proportion, because B is mean proportion between A and C, and this has been told in another way, that is A, B, C are in continued proportion. Okay, this is another way of telling B is mean proportion, or we can say A, B, C are in continued proportion. Then this inequality will be followed. A upon B is equal to B upon C. Let this value is equal to K constant. Okay, so A is equal to BK and B is equal to CK. And we can find the value of A in terms of C and K, and B in terms of C and K. Then taking left hand side and writing the value of A, B in terms of C and K. And then we can see C to the power 4 and K to the power 4 common in the numerator, and C to the power 4 common in the denominator. And this way, this is cancelled. We are getting K to the power 4. On right hand side, A square upon C square is equal to CK square upon C square, that is C square will be cancelled. We will get K to the power 4. And this way, left hand side is equal to right hand side. As far as we are concerned about marking scheme, if you know the meaning of mean proportion, that is you have written this ratio correctly, and then first method mark will be given. Okay, and second method, after using this value in terms of k, you substituted here correctly, then second method mark will be given, and final answer will be the answer mark. This way the question carried 3 marks. Okay, now next question. Now we already studied the meaning of proportion, mean proportion and continued. Okay, now this is the last topic in which you should know about the meaning of invertendo with the help of proportion, the property of alternando with the help of proportion, and the property of componendo and dividendo with the help of proportion. Again, you can see I have written here the property: if A, B, C, D are in proportion, then B is to A is also equal to D is to C, and this is the property invertendo. Okay, that is, if A upon B is equal to C upon D, you can write B upon A is equal to D upon C also. Okay, this is the first property. Second property, alternando, that is, if A, B, C, D are in proportion, you can write this way, then A is to C is also equal to B is to D, and this is called alternando. You can understand this is very simple. A upon B is equal to C upon D. You transpose C on in the denominator and B there, and this way you can write this proportion. Okay. Now the third one, componendo. If A, B, C, D are in proportion, then adding 1 on both the sides, you can write A plus B is to B is equal to C plus D is to D, and this is called componendo. Now the next, that is, if A, B, C, D are in proportion, then A minus B is to B is equal to C minus D is to D are in proportion. This is the property of dividendo. You can find by subtracting 1 on both sides. Okay, and by merging these two properties, componendo and dividendo, after dividing these two, because in both the property you are given A, B, C, D are in proportion, then dividing this, you can write here, that is, componendo dividendo A plus B upon A minus B is equal to C plus D upon C minus D. If you are taking A in the numerator, don't leave this here, because so many students are doing mistake here. They are writing A plus B and then in denominator they are writing B minus A. That is incorrect. Okay, don't use this. A plus B upon A minus B is equal to C plus D upon C minus D. All these properties will be used in doing questions. Now this is the first question. You are given 3A plus 4B upon 3C plus 4D is equal to 3A minus 4B upon 3C minus 4D. With the help of this, prove this. Okay. Now you can use the property alternando, because once you will use the property of alternando, then A and B will be on one side. After using this property, this will be here and this will be here. And this way, using componendo dividendo, means A plus B upon A minus B is equal to C plus D upon C minus D, using this property, and this will be cancelled here and this will be cancelled here. In the same way, D will be cancelled here and C will be cancelled here, and we are getting 6A upon 8B is equal to 6C upon 8D, and that is A upon B is equal to C upon D. This question asked so many times in compulsory part of ICSE maths, or the same type of question. We will do one more question of this type. Okay. Now as far as marking scheme, this is the first method mark, because if you know this, the property of alternando, second method mark, that is componendo dividendo, and then the answer. One more thing I want to share you. If in your question you are not asked that using the properties, then you are free to use by your way, as you were doing traditionally in lower classes, by simply multiplying, cross multiplying, and then simplifying. You will get then again this also, and then also no marks will be deducted. But if you are asked in the question that using the properties of componendo dividendo or using the property of this proportion, then you must use the property, neither no marks will be given. Now next question. Given A upon B is equal to C upon D, prove that 3A minus 5B upon 3A plus 5B is equal to 3C minus 5D upon 3C plus 5D. This is also important question and can be asked in 3 marks question in section A. Okay, given this, multiplying both sides by 3 by 5, and then this way we are getting 3A upon 5B is equal to 3C upon 5D. Then applying componendo dividendo, that is A plus B upon A minus B, that is 3A plus 5B upon 3A minus 5B. We will write this first, okay, and then 3C plus 5D upon 3C minus 5D. This is componendo dividendo. Then by alt invertendo, that is we will write conversely here, that is reverse way, 3A minus 5D upon 3A plus 5D is equal to 3C minus 5D upon 3C plus 5D. And this way the question carries 3 marks if you are applying and making the given ratio adaptable to your question. Then B1 will be given, and first method on this and second method is merged with the correct answer, and then this way 3 marks. Now next question. Using properties of proportion, find x is to y. You are given this value. In this question you are given that properties of proportion, and then you will not do simply as by cross multiplying. You will use the property. You are bound to use the property. If without using the property, then marks will be deducted. Now here you are given this by componendo and dividendo. This is x square plus 2x plus 4 upon x square plus 2x minus 4 in the same way on right hand side. Okay, then this way this is 2x and 2x cancel, 3y and 3y cancel, and we are getting x square plus 4x plus 4 upon this is equal to this value, writing in the square form, and this is the this x square minus 4 can be written as x plus 2 within one bracket, x minus 2 in another bracket, factorizing, and then y plus 3 and y plus 3, x plus 2 and x plus 2 will be cancelled, and ultimately you will get x plus 2 upon x minus 2 is equal to y plus 3 upon y minus 3. Then again using componendo dividendo, and then this 2 will be cancelled, x will be cancelled, you will get this value x upon y is equal to 2 upon 3. But in your question you are asked that find x is to y. This is important. First of all of you should read the questions carefully. Whatever way the answer is asking, you must write in the same way, and then you must write the answer in ratio form. That is, you are asked x is to y. If you are writing in place of this x upon y is equal to 2 upon 3, then answer mark will not be given in that case. And that is why you must write x is to y is equal to 2 is to 3. And that is why be careful, because after doing all the steps correct, you can lose last 1 mark if you will not write the answer in the same way as it is being asked. Okay. Now, as far as marking scheme, the council is deciding every year different marking scheme, but more or less whatever we are discussing, that will be same. And this year, this is after using this, B1 was allotted, though in the previous years M1 was allotted for this, for method. But anyway, ultimately you are getting 1 mark here if you are using componendo dividendo. And next mark if you are writing correctly after simplification in square form, then taking square roots. This second M1 was given, and the third one, that is written in ratio form, the answer marks was given. Okay. And now next question. If x is equal to root 2a plus 1 plus root 2a minus 1 upon root 2a plus 1 minus root 2a minus 1, is then prove that x square minus 4ax plus 1 is equal to 0. Now in this question you can see the numerator and denominator almost same contained in the square root, and then this can be written as x upon 1, x can be written as x upon 1 is equal to this. Then by applying componendo dividendo, we are applying componendo dividendo if we are looking that few terms in numerator and denominator is common, so that after adding and subtracting they will be cancelled. Okay, now here x plus 1 upon x minus 1 is equal to this plus 1, this plus this upon this minus this, and this way you can see this will be cancelled in numerator and this will be cancelled in the denominator. Then next term, that is after getting this, you square both sides. Okay, after squaring both sides, this root will be cancelled and you will get x square plus 1 plus 2x upon x square plus 1 minus 2x is equal to 2a plus 1 upon 2a minus 1. Then again applying componendo dividendo, you will see that 2x cancel and x square and 1 will be cancelled in the denominator. In the same way here 1 will be cancelled and 2a will be cancelled in the denominator. Or if you are without applying componendo dividendo in the next one, once you are applied componendo dividendo, that is okay. And after this, if you are using squaring, and then after you can cross multiply by simply as you were doing in lower classes. If you are multiplying this way, that is also correct, but one time this componendo dividendo should be applied. Okay, and this way the examiner will think that you know the concept and you know the meaning of componendo dividendo. Okay, and then after applying we are getting this value and then cross multiply x square minus 4ax plus 1. This is what we have to prove. This question asked 4 marks and first mark was allotted method mark on the applying componendo dividendo, and second mark applied if you square both sides correctly. Okay, then second method was given, and then third whether you applied componendo dividendo or you cross multiplied, the third method mark was given, and the last answer mark was allotted on the correct answer, which is we have to prove. And this way we studied all types of questions from the entire syllabus of ratio and proportion with marking scheme. Okay, and this will be very much beneficial for you in the board examination, because with the help of this video you can go through with all the topics and all types of questions of this chapter. Every year in board examination 2 questions are being asked from ratio and proportion, maybe one of 3 marks and another will be of 4 marks, and that is why this video is very much important for you all. Hope all of you understood this. For getting more and more upcoming video, you please subscribe my channel. Thank you.